All right, so I want to title this lecture, I like 5-3. Do you like 5-3?
Yeah.
Guys see that email?
Yeah.
And first I want to say, we've talked about 5-3 a little bit before. We even talked about 5-4 a little bit too. We've definitely talked about 3-3. We've spent most of the time talking about 4-4 and 3-4, I think, in this class before. All these opening moves have very different feelings, almost personalities to me. What's the problem?
Can we start with a black stone on the board and then have white do the 5-3 and then as junior players we can learn how to invade?
We're going to try to do both. We're going to try to cover all. We're going to try to cover a lot today. But for these, they all have very different personalities for me, and sometimes it's just kind of a split personality. And so, like when someone plays a 4-4 stone, like what sort of feeling do you guys get? Do you guys get a feeling? Does this give you a feeling yet? Have you reached that point in your Go playing where?
It gives me expectations. I'm not sure if it gives me that.
It doesn't give you a feeling. It doesn't.
They're sticking their head out. They want influence,
That's it.
power on the board.
Okay. Yeah. There's no right answer here. There's no wrong answer either. There's.
I kind of like, because I study some opening, so if I see this, I would see how people do Chinese.
Okay, so you go right to the Fuseki if you see this. Okay. See, for me, it's even more basic than that, right? This gives me a feeling. This feeling is actually it's a dual personality. It's the come at me bro Buddhist kind of feeling. See, I'm just telling you how I feel. Like on the Go board, like if someone plays a 4-4 as the first move, it's sort of like I'm ready to deal with anything. Come at me, bro. Right? It's kind of like I just want it all, because we're not investing in territory, right? We're just want everything. At the same time, it's completely symmetrical. It's completely imbalanced. It's completely flexible, right? So it's this come at me, bro Buddhist kind of feeling. You guys don't get that?
What this reminds me of is someone's let go of a line and the boat's just further out from the pier than I feel like jumping.
Okay, let's not go suicidal. All right. This one, does this one give you guys a feeling?
Oh yeah, that's better.
This is a better feeling for you? You like this feeling better? What does this feel like to you?
Sort of do like
I'm going to build a nest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a more introverted. It's a more like I'm going to mind my own business. You go do whatever you want kind of feeling. I'm just going to go over here, mind my own business, be by myself for a while. Okay.
You just sound like good feelings when you play Go.
Yeah, he's on a little self-sadistic kind of bent or something today. I'm not sure what. How about this one?
Wimp.
Wimp.
I'm just gonna chill over here.
Lazy.
This is for me. This is. I don't want to say it's disrespectful. Is the feeling I get from it, because it's obviously a move and it's a Go move, but it's just completely not caring what goes on. This is like the isolationist, right? This is just do whatever you want. I'm just gonna go fight you wherever you go, right? I have my little piece. I'm just gonna wherever you go. I'm gonna go fight there. So this is like the NIMBY move, not in my backyard kind of. Like, we're gonna go fight somewhere else. We're not gonna fight over here.
I've had a feeling before of like maybe do 3-3 because I want to make another move and I don't want to have to come back.
Sure, exactly. But it's because you want to go play somewhere else, right? Yeah. It's the not in my backyard. We're not going to play over here.
Yeah.
Right. That's that kind of move. All right. How about 5-3? Any feelings from 5-3?
It's a sucker play.
It's a sucker play.
Yeah.
Well, who's the sucker?
White.
Oh, white's the sucker.
Yeah.
Oh, you're trying to sucker in white.
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit of that. Yeah, it's for me. It's the more mischievous kind of move. It's the rogue-like move. For me, this one's almost like dancing. I'm going to dance around while you try to do stuff, and I'm just going to strike when the moment's right. It's got this much more. I don't know. It's not a lightness, but it's a flexibility, but a very sharp flexibility. Like instead of me using a big giant sword to cut you down, I'm going to take this little knife and I'm going to stab you right there when you're not looking. Right? It's that kind of move.
It's like a cat pretending like he's not seeing you sneak into the corner.
Kinda, yeah. It's like, oh, this is a little trap, a little waiting area, right? We're gonna fight here. Don't worry, but I'll let you know when it happens. Spring the trap later. So it's that kind of move. It's a very sneaky kind of move. It's both looking to develop the outside, but it's also keeping this in reserve too. At any point, if you don't come into the trap, at some point, black can just play here and make a very nice corner formation too. Black can just go take the corner too. So it's actually quite flexible in this sense. 5-3 is not very common among pros right now. This is a fairly rare move, at least among top professionals, and it has been now for a number of years. Basically, we see this and we see this as being opening moves.
One reason is because, first of all, like I just know in China it's 7.5 komi.
Yeah, the komi. Yeah, so there's a lot of pressure to play a
so now
play a move.
People, more like territory outside influence.
Yeah, with komi big, you know, you got to take those points when you can get them. So it does forfeit those points right away, right?
And
Just
the
first.
Joseki is changed by komi here.
Yeah. All right, let's play a few more moves on this board so we have a little bit more context.
So what is Joseki? Which one do you pick?
Let's play over here. Let's put a stone here. Let's put a stone here, right? Come at me, bro, Buddhist, down here. Little 5-3. Let's give black a move there. And then white comes over here. So white could mess around with this stone down here, sort of push this around and develop. But in this case, yeah, this would be fine too. I mean, these are all fine. Let's say white plays fast and goes into the trap corner. So what are the options for black? What do we do? This one is very rare. This one's very rare. Very rare. We don't usually attach to a weak stone. Right? If this is our corner, this stone's actually weak, and this can help white make shape. If black just really wants to make shape here for some reason, you know, that's fine. But the thing is, white gets to settle really easily. Like we didn't really gain anything. Like we felt, if anything, if black feels a little bit small. Like this is supposed to be our trap that we were supposed to spring. And how did the trap go? It didn't. It was just, oh, you get to live over here now.
It's like a firecracker fizzle.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. It's still. If we need a solid group here right now for some reason, let's say white gets a position over here before white invades, then this is okay. But it's not a normal Joseki. This is very, very special case because we have better things to do with this stone.
So just ask, so which Joseki one is so there's 3 variations.
There's at least 4 variations I would say are common here. At least 4 responses to white coming here. You only know 3? Well, here let's see what three variations do you know, Ziwei?
17-6, double push,
This one, very good. That's one.
and then 16-5,
Good.
and then I also know the 12-3.
12-3 over here.
Yeah.
Possible, but usually this is actually here. If you're going to play over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Usually it's a little bit further if we're going to play over here, and here's possible too.
It also 14-4, right?
14-4?
That one?
No.
Backwards.
No. You're missing some moves for white first. Okay. I'm actually going to ignore this one. This is not, again, this is sort of the same idea as the other one. It's not really springing the trap. It's just developing this. The ones that I want to talk about today are here. This is a very famous one. Anyone know what the name of this one is? Taisha, giant slants. We're not going to go very far into this one today. We'll just talk about it a little bit. Like, why would you want to play this? You know, that sort of thing. Here and here, which is very similar to this. These two are very similar. Same idea.
I think now more people play this one.
This one? Well, it depends. It depends on the situation. It depends. But both are possible. The idea is very similar, right? So we'll just put a stone there, right in between, right? So same idea, slightly different variations, but same idea. All right, what is this move trying to do?
Push that.
Yeah, why are we trying to push white down?
Because the black stone.
We want to build outside influence space on the left side.
Yeah, we have a stone over here, right? Wouldn't it be nice if we could build this into a giant moyo? Wouldn't that be nice? And at the same time, while we were doing that, if white just took sad third line territory, on the side where white has a 4th line stone wanting to develop big territory, if white took small territory on the side where there's big development for white, isn't that nice? That'd be great. Here's the most common version of this Joseki. White defends. Black says, hey, you wanna keep defending? White says, yep, I sure do. And black takes a move to come back and play a move over here, depending on what black wants. This is very normal. This is possible. You know, build this. Use this wall effectively to start making your box, right? Making your big moyo. Very, very basic, very normal. Have you guys seen this Joseki before? 2 people, 3 people, 3 people. Okay, good, let's practice it. I want everyone to be familiar with this, because this is, again, one of the most common variations for a 5-3 move. If someone plays this, you play here. Assuming that they want to develop this side, they'll play here. If they play here, you block, they extend, whoops, you can jump, and then they'll develop their moyo. And notice, who played first in this corner? Black, but it's white's move coming out of it, right? So we just exchanged 3 moves for 3 moves, so it's still white's turn. So that is important, right? White now has a move to essentially go deal with this, right? We can say, oh, you're getting really big, let's go reduce, or even invade, or invade. There is some ladder issues here, but like this?
No, I mean black. You can poke in.
Oh, this ladder, Yeah.
Poke in 3/3.
Okay.
And then get all.
Yes, so if black needs to get stronger here, there is a defect that we can take advantage of. With this attachment, we can actually make black really stronger here. That's not the case in this position, that's not what we need. But there are variations if you play this Joseki a lot. And we'll see another variation right now. How's that, Z-Way?
Oh,
okay, let's just do another one. But do you guys have this one? Do you guys all play on your own board? Practice it. Do it. Because we're going to do another variation that looks very similar but is very different all at the same time. All right, I need everyone to look like that. Good. Cool. All right, let's say white does not want black to get a box here. White is usually a pain in the behind like that. So if we play here and black plays here, we don't want black to get stronger here. So what can we do? Well, we can cut, except that's also going to get black stronger here. There is this. We'll look at this in a moment. There's another way. I'm still going to play here. Black's still going to play here. This time, white's going to play here. So before, we played a little bit faster, but we left a defect. Here, we're going to play a little bit slower. And this move makes a really big difference. Because it's black, do you want to come play this move right now? No, because white will actually hane, and white will start building something big over here, and these 2 stones are starting to get really weak. Right? They're losing liberties very quickly. Oh, this is what happened to you? You know this one? So usually, black doesn't want to go Tanuki right now, right? White is starting to get the edge on black over here. So black will usually play one more time. After black plays here, white can go take this point. And now we can destroy this giant black potential. However, there's a huge price to pay if you're doing this. What's the price? Yeah. This is Sentei against the corner. White needs another move to come live. Then black can come play over here or do something over here. And even though this wall facing this way isn't entirely effective right now because this has been neutralized by this stone, black's still got a good development over here, right? And these stones are very strong now. So there's a big price. So when do we want to do this? When do we want to play this move as white instead of here? If there's a stone here, this is great. This is fine. Right? If we have a stone here already, maybe black played here. And we know this side is very hard for black to develop. So we say, hey, you know what? Oops, that's not there yet. I'm going to play here. Do you really want this? And if you don't, that's fine. Right? Because when black turns here, this is still Sentei. That doesn't change. But black has a harder time developing down here, right? Maybe black can play there now. Yeah, exactly. But that's what all we're trying to do, right? You know, it's a negotiation. It's you know, do I want you to have a big development or a small development? Well, I want you to have a small development, so I'm going to play this way. And that way you'll have a small development over here. You'll have a small development over here. Black has lots of little tiny developments rather than one big one.
If going back, if black basically says fine, I'll pull over, 9-3, let white turn the corner.
Yeah.
Could black go in the middle of the side there?
Over here?
Yeah. Well, maybe down one, I don't know. Yeah.
Sure. This is all possible. Actually, I guess that way is better. But there are some problems because there's still this isn't there yet. There's weakness over here, right? Yeah. These two stones really aren't strong, so we really have a hard time using them. Say that again, Matt?
2 weak groups.
Oh yeah, weak group here, and now we can have a weak group over here too, right? Or even there. White can just come and invade here. And if black says, no, you can't come into my world, white says, that works just fine for me. How about this? And if we spend moves trying to defend over here, well, white just crawls underneath and lives. So we really do want this to be strong. Like we really, really do. So it's very, very tough to Tanuki right now.
Yeah.
It's.
So maybe that would be good on the side, but you got more important business to take care of.
Yeah, but this is always dependent on what the other corners are like, right? And again, today, I don't want to make it just about memorizing these joseki, but also, when do you play them? Like, what direction should I be leaning on your opponent? And in this case, right, let's go back to the very beginning. Why did black lean this way? Because he wanted to build here, right? He wanted to build here because he has a stone here, right? These all work together, so we're going to lean this way. When he plays here, and when white plays here, what is white trying to build?
Safe corner, settle the corner.
Settle the corner, and if possible, we're going to build this way. Right, we're asking black, hey, can I build this way? Black says no. Well, remember how the way you wanted to build? You can't build that way. All fair. Right, so everything makes sense, right, respective of these other corners. And this is when you start playing Go at a really high level. This is what takes up a lot more of your time than the joseki. The joseki is easy. It's trying to see, okay, how does this shape affect every other corner in the board? Because Go is complicated. This is the thing that makes it complicated. Okay, so far so good. So you guys actually just learned 2 joseki, right?
So show us the second one here once more.
Yep, so black leans.
There's
No stone there.
Okay. So black leaves.
White blocks.
Yeah.
Black says, hey, I want to develop up here. White says, that's great. Keep developing it if you dare. Normally black will play here.
Yeah. At this point, black's got sort of a choice.
Yeah, in this case, I think this choice is better for black. Especially because there's still a lot of area over here. And white, this is technically still a choice, but usually if we wanted to do this move, we would jump to move earlier. So when white does this, white goes, aha, I have enough space to make 2 eyes now. I'll go destroy your potential. And you can play a move like this. If you're a little more daring, this, although I think there is best.
I think this is it, maybe, or depends question. But if white actually in this position does jump on the right, is this the point where you take advantage of that of the hole he left? And
Nope.
push you with
No, there's almost no advantage here. The advantage for the hole would have to be back here.
Okay.
So here,
Two stones, no hole. Good,
yeah,
yeah.
two stones. Actually, this is a joseki move. Black can actually push and cut right away.
Because black have this bottom, this,
Yeah, here's, I think you cut outside?
no, cut inside.
Cut inside?
Yeah, because we can do 3.
Oh yeah, cut inside. Okay, cut inside. Yeah, but this is the ladder.
Black gets better now.
There's a ladder here. That's important. We do, if there is no ladder, if there is no ladder, you cut outside though, right?
Yeah.
And there, yeah, there you go. And black can play there to sort of fix, or there, depending on what's important. And again, this is the type of thing you play more when white already has an established group over here, and black just needs to make something. This is the type of variation. But I'm gonna say for you guys, this isn't one of the important ones for today. This is not one of the core things you need to know right now at your level. But this is another Joseki type variation. But again, special case, when white already has something over here, you don't mind giving white a panuki over here, and you just need to be strong here. Like a whole bunch of exceptions, right? Good, you guys are totally paying attention. Here, let's go back. All right, so black plays here. What else can white do? Yeah, we can, there's a cut here, right? Knight's move can be cut. So let's just try cutting it. This is also Joseki. And this is actually Joseki we play when white is actually really interested in developing over here, and he doesn't mind black developing over here. That's usually when this gets played.
What was the last part?
When white doesn't mind giving black thickness over here, because white thinks it's better for white to take thickness over here. There's actually a couple ways to play this. But if you get into this type of situation, the typical way is to fight, as this just turns into a fight. So we extend with the weak stone, we extend with the weak stone, we threaten to come in the corner, we threaten to come out of the corner, black blocks, white blocks, black backs off, white makes life. Black can play, I think black has time to play here first. Black eventually has to come back and play this, but I think black can play that one for free. White makes life. Black comes over here. White's move, still a fight. White plays something like maybe there, and then counters attack here or here. So it's a fight. But if you want to start a fight, totally possible, right? And again, you'd want to start a fight if white already has a group over here, and you don't mind giving this to black. This is going to be a really good fight for white, right? Because black's not going to have enough space. So it's all very, very, these fights are just, if you have a bunch of neighbors or friends, if you're strong in the area, just start the fight Joseki, right? That's pretty much the general rule.
Before you take it all down.
Oh, yeah.
So one of the things I see this scenario here, and one of the things that comes to my mind is on the top right. That's how it goes. So say up there like 13, 14, on third, fourth row there, I'm thinking, I see white really can't get in there, right? Is that, I'm looking at like, geez, what was that, the native bowl?
Not really until white gets another stone over here. But the thing is, this stone's really annoying.
It's really what?
Annoying?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's an annoying move, right? Because if black's just like, well, I'm just going to defend, well, now we can just start. I mean, even a move like this is also annoying, right? You end up defending this very, very tiny area, and there's still these like I-shaped moves in here. If you get sealed in, that might give you a lot of trouble later on. So
there's not really a problem there on the 13, 14.
it's just the white gets a bunch of free stuff very easily.
Until it's something on the other side.
Yeah. If black is a little bit more aggressive, black won't just play this. Black might play something like this to try to get out and counterattack. And so the fight continues. You can see how this fight keeps developing into a bigger fight. But again, if white has extra groups out here, this is fine. Okay? So again, that's just a possibility. I want you guys to, again, remember, go back to these basic variations, these leaning variations. Let's look at a different approach to how this is handled.
I think there's more variation in card because I think
It's a fighting Joseki, right? In a fighting Joseki, every other stone in these neighborhoods will affect what happens. Okay? So I mean, the main variation I just showed you, sort of that pinwheel variation, is like the default variation. But every move in that variation can change if there's any other stones over here. Okay, let's look at another possible thing for black to do to white, right? We looked at this, right? That's sort of the springing the trap this way. Let's look and talk a little bit about springing the trap this way. What's the idea here?
When I see that, my first reaction is white run out, split black.
Absolutely, have to, right? Black has two stones, they have no friends, must split.
Okay, white cause him to live on the other side if he doesn't run out?
That's a bad idea. You don't want to.
Okay, so white
Yeah.
really wants to split.
You need to get out. Yeah. If you Tanuki now, this is bad. That's really sad. But first, before we play through these variations, why would black ever do this? Is there an example or?
Well, to make that lower right corner black.
Done. Right? The variations went like this. What was black trying to do? Develop this way, prevent points this way. Is that what black wants to do here on this board? No, where does black want to develop now? Here, prevent points this way. So in this case, this is the more appropriate move. Possibly this as well. And again, I'm gonna use these pretty interchangeably. There are slight differences, but we'll spend most of our time with this one. All right, so what's the idea for white? There are two major variations. Correct, Z-Way. There are two major variations.
What you want to talk about?
Well, here, what are the two variations? How do we get out as white in this shape? 16.5 is correct. This is one of them. Yes. Attach. I think this is the slightly more common one. This one you'll see maybe 60, 70% of the time. This one's also possible. This one's actually a hard variation. There are some hard variations that come out of this one. This one's very challenging.
There's no way I can remember.
No, you can remember all of them? Well, it's in these variations, there's actually some really cool tsuji that happen in the corner with this shape, right? Because there is this shape point here, and there's some cool things. Let's focus on this one. This is sort of the more default one. What's the idea for white? Well, we want to split in sente, right? We want to keep the stone split, and we're going to do this by attaching. Okay, where do you think black goes? Hane, easy, right? Looks just most natural move possible. What does white do now? Usually extend. We're not quite strong enough to cut here. This looks very, very dangerous to me.
This is Joseki too for some reason.
This is Joseki?
Yeah.
I don't know this Joseki.
Oh, okay.
I don't doubt that it's not possible, but if we just do this, I guess this isn't good enough. Taking the corner, yeah, it's probably not good enough, huh? Have to Atari, huh?
Yeah, I totally agree.
Have to Atari.
And then see another.
This point looks like white's or black's was possibly successful here. It might not get the quarter with these.
Well, we really need one more move. Right, I think we can play that. So this is not a Joseki, I know.
Well, this is a little bit different, but
Yeah.
I cannot remember that.
Yeah, there's probably a better variation too. Okay, I've never seen that one, if that is indeed one. What do we got here? Usually there. Usual responses here. And what do you think black does? You guys seen this shape before in any Joseki? Yes, looks familiar? This is actually same kind of shape in the 4-4 attached Joseki. Does white go here?
No.
Z-Way says no. It's stupid. Z-Way says it's stupid. Yeah, there's problems with this move, right? You start a pretty huge fight right away. If you block this way,